Hi, it's Ramesha here with Vocal Bliss. Welcome. Today I have an interesting topic that I'd like to talk about a little bit. It's how you take a quick catch breath when you're singing a long phrase and you're running out of air and you want to just take just enough air in to be able to finish the phrase. And so I want to talk a little bit about this. It's actually a very simple thing, but some people have asked, so I'd like to address it. So first of all, you have to realize that when you take a catch breath like that, you cannot expect to inflate your lungs completely. It's going to be just enough breath to be able to finish the sentence. So it will be a very short, very small amount of air. And the way to do it is actually to quickly inflate your belly. So you inhale and poof, your belly comes out like that. And also, very important is how you take it and where exactly. Because if you're singing words, obviously you can't completely drop out unless you're in a choir, and then that makes it easy. You just skip a phrase and nobody will notice. But if you're singing a solo or in a small group, then it becomes a little bit more complicated if you drop out altogether. So what you want to do is to take a breath, and obviously you have to take some of the length of a note and shorten it a little bit. And what you want to do is to shorten the word or the note that you're singing, and not to shorten the beginning of the next note. So you shorten the end of one note and then you take a breath so that you can start the following note right on time, rather than holding, and then when it's time for the next note, you take a breath, because at that point it will be noticeable that you're late and you're not coming in. I hope this makes sense. So if you have and you need to take a breath, you will shorten the first note and then come in on the second as opposed to and then it's too late to come in. So you want to factor that in, and it has to be very quick. And also, one reason to not bring in too much air is also that you don't want it to be heard. You don't want to go like, a long breath that everybody can hear. It has to be very inconspicuous. So you want to take a very small amount of air, inhale, push your belly out, and not use your shoulders like this, but more, you can't really see it, but my belly inflates when I inhale like this. So you take a quick inhalation and the belly comes out like this, and it's very quick. So this is what you want to do, to inhale your belly like that. Okay? So remember, take some time from the previous note, the end of the previous note, but then try to come back in on the next note right on time so that it won't be noticeable. Okay? So this is a little trick that can save those of you who might have not so much breath capacity. Some phrases actually are long by any standard, quite frankly. And so you need to figure out a way, especially when it's a ending phrase and you want to end beautifully. You want to really end with a beautiful long note, and take your time to really fade it out and all that. If you're running out of air, you're not going to be able to do that. So it's a lot better to actually learn how to take these inconspicuous breaths when you need it, and then have enough to really finish off in a nice way. So anyway, I hope this makes sense, and I hope it's helpful. It's a little bit of a small technical thing, but people often ask this question, and so I wanted to address it here. So remember, breathe with your belly. Don't take shallow breaths here, because as we know, we talked about this many times, but taking breaths with the upper part of your chest is actually it's not the correct way to breathe, for one thing, but also the breath is shallow. And not only that, it tends to put some pressure on your throat, which is what you want to keep absolutely relaxed. So try to not do that. Work more with your belly muscles. This is true also for speaking. Train yourself when you're talking and you take a breath. Train yourself to inhale and inflate your belly rather than raising your shoulders and breathing in from the upper part of your chest. So there you have it. This is how you do it. So I hope this is helpful. And if you found this video interesting, please subscribe below. And otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.